everybody out there in TV land. My name is Jon Pulino, and you are watching this episode of The Edge. That's right, I said this episode of The Edge. This is Tuesday, and we are happy to have you, or have me, in your living room. What good weather we've had out there, people, right? We've had the best Memorial Day weather in years. So if you want to comment on the weather, 860-613-3031. That's 860-613-3031. I usually do an introduction with Billy Wilson. Billy is not on my left today. Billy is in Kentucky with his wife and their family. So Billy, if you, probably not watching in Kentucky, but I hope you are well, Billy, and we miss you. We look forward to your next broadcast, and I look forward to seeing you again on TV. And we are going to have an amazing hour. We have the Relay for Life people here today, and they are sitting on my right, and I'm going to introduce you to them. First, we have Diane Franklin. Diane Franklin, good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And we have Patti Nettis.
That is correct.
Did I say it correctly?
You sure did.
Because I do a lot of flip-flopping in my brain. Is it Patti Nettis Deegan? Is it Patti Deegan Nettis?
You got it.
So it's Patti Nettis Deegan.
And my dad will appreciate that.
Right,
Thank
and
you.
your dad, who you mentioned earlier, wants to watch the show.
I hope he figured it out.
Right, so I'll start the story and you can finish. Patty's dad used to have Comcast.
Correct.
And now I believe he has Frontier.
Correct.
And you should continue the story. This is funny to me, at least.
And I was over there today explaining to him how to get Channel 99.
Right.
And he thought, just hit Channel 99 and it would be up.
Mm-hmm.
He has to use the arrow button
Oh, boy.
and go to Middletown
Sure.
and click OK.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, Dad, you got it.
Right, so if you do have Frontier, people out there, if you have Frontier, you can get this show on the following feeds. Middletown, Middlefield, Portland, East Hampton, or Cromwell. And Patty's correct. You scroll down, all the towns in Connecticut is in alphabetical order.
Yes.
So let's say you go to Cromwell, which you could pick up this feed. You click on it, and you'll get like a little circle.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, I don't know, a video game or something, I don't know. For about 10, 12 seconds, it goes around and around and around, and then you get to program.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, you have an option. You can get the government station, which is Channel 99, or Channel 19, sorry, I work there too, Channel 15, and then the education channel. But once you master this, people, you can get all the public accesses in Connecticut. So it's great. So your father can, one night when he's bored, and flip through all the public access.
I hope he gets it.
That's our story. So on a more serious vein, more serious note, the two ladies here, you guys are from Relay for Life.
Correct.
So I know what Relay for Life is, but I would like Diane and Patti, each in your own words. Why don't you tell, that's your camera over there. Why don't you tell us what Relay for Life is and quickly why you're involved in it?
Okay.
Well, Relay for Life is a celebration to honor the survivors of cancer, and it is also to remember those who've lost their battle, and that's primarily what it is. We focus on that, but it's a fun event.
Right.
We do a lot of fun activities, and it's a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society.
Sure.
And it's run all by volunteers, but we try to make sure that we don't focus just on the money, that we honor and celebrate the success stories.
Just so people know, this is the event that usually they have on tracks.
Yes.
And there's like a lot of tents there, a lot of younger people, older people too, but younger people are there, and there are different costumes and so forth.
Right. It's for all age levels. They're from babies to whatever. And we have a lot of teenagers that have the teams. Everybody, they have a lot of teams. We have like 29 teams, I believe, so far this year. And they consist, they can be small, or they can have like 25, 30 people into them. And they go out during the course of the year and they raise money, and they have basically they have contests amongst themselves as to who's going to be the largest fundraiser.
Sure.
And the largest team fundraiser, even within the unit. And they really enjoy, and they have contests between themselves as far as the campsites, et cetera.
All right, well, let's go over to Patti. Same question. In your words, what is Relay for Life, and why are you involved in Relay for Life?
Relay for Life is a 24-hour event where families, friends, community organizations, churches, schools, gather together and form a team and decide that they're going to raise money to support the American Cancer Society.
Right.
Relay is the 24-hour celebration of all of the work that they've done. And Relay is something that is important to me because the dollars raised go directly to the American Cancer Society, and that's important.
Right. You had mentioned this. Do you want to talk about this now? You were
Sure.
talking to me about this off the air about. I'll hold up the dollar, and you should narrate this. I think this is very important.
There's a lot of talk these days, in particular, about where the dollars go and how the dollars are spent and how much money is spent in the administrative opposed to the money going into research
Sure.
and patient services. This is a replica of a dollar that was actually printed right from the American Cancer Society website. And basically, 72 cents of every dollar.
Can you see? Yeah,
Yeah, I just.
I'd just like to cut you off for 1 second. Let's like to introduce Councilwoman Driska just walked in, so let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Happy to be here.
Thanks for coming to the show.
It's a great cause.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great cause.
So what happens is 72 cents of every dollar goes directly to fighting cancer, and that's in research, prevention, early detection, and patient services.
Sure.
21 cents goes into the funds that go into direct survivorship and families related to having cancer in their family. And only 7 cents is used for the general costs and overhead,
Right.
which is very unusual. A lot of the dollars that are raised for different organizations, it's usually about a 50-50 split. So they work really hard to keep the costs down. They work really hard to make sure that the dollars go directly into patient services, that the dollars go directly into research, goes directly into advocacy, because those are the things that make it important for me personally, because every dollar counts, and that dollar could be the dollar that makes a
Right.
difference.
And I think it's very important that you brought that up because I'll tell you, I do hear a lot of people, somebody might say, we should give to charity. Oh, wait, it all goes to the people at the top. It doesn't go yada, yada, yada. You do hear that a lot. And sometimes, unfortunately, it is true. So I'm so glad that you brought this up. You were proactive about bringing this. Do you have a question for the
No,
young
I
lady?
just think that what I love about the Relay for Life is that it's recognized everywhere. My daughter's was a freshman at Endicott College in Beverly, Mass. This year, and her dorm did a Relay for Life. And I just think that that's what's so excellent about it, is that it's recognized, it's well-known. I have an account. I can go online and donate to whoever asks me to do that now and to support their cause. So I love that about it. So that's what I love about the Relay for Life. And I think everyone has probably had someone touched by cancer in their life. My dad had it several times in some way. So it's something that everyone can get behind, and that's what I like about it, is that not only what it stands for, but it's so recognized, and that every generation, from little kids to, the more senior in our society, can really get behind it and embrace it, and I love that about
And
it.
they all in part participate.
Exactly, that's what's great about it.
Our
So,
youth
yeah.
teams are the ones that highlight the
Yes,
event.
Yes.
Our team in particular, my grandkids have been doing this. My grandson, since he's been born, he's 10 years old. And my granddaughter has been doing this for 10 years now, and she's
Wow.
16. So it's just something they do and they look forward to,
Exactly.
and they talk about what they're going to do at their campsite, what they're going to do to decorate their shirts, what are we doing for fundraisers.
So you're building
You
up
know,
awareness too with the younger generation.
Absolutely.
collecting nickel cans he did one year and raised like
Right.
$300. I mean, it's the little things that they do. Going to a car wash and washing cars, and having the kids be involved and see that those dollars, they're earning those dollars
Sure.
for something good.
Well, let me ask both of you, why don't you plug the event, the day of the event, where it's going to be held? So Marty McMarkle could put it on screen for us.
Okay, it's May 30th at noontime to May 31st at noontime. It's a 24-hour event, and it's this Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
And you come in, and our opening ceremonies are going to be at 3 o'clock. We're going to have the Middletown Police Department Color Guard, the Middletown Fire Department Color Guard, the pipe and drums and the motorcycle brigade
Sure.
are going to come in.
That's excellent.
And they're all happy to come.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just, it's
How
amazing.
many years in Middletown have you guys done this?
I was
Has-
asking her earlier
Oh.
about that, and
We're at
I think approximately
This is
15.
This is, I think,
Wow.
our 15th year,
15 years, that's a
Because
long
I've
time.
been doing it for
Wow.
11.
Yeah.
and I've been
That's a
10.
long time.
It is
You've been
a long
10.
time.
Jeez.
So, and I know there's people that have been doing it for longer than that.
But let me ask you, let's say somebody lives in the neighborhood and they didn't, they live alone or something. They could walk in, pay
Oh,
some money
anybody.
and walk.
It's free. They can walk in.
It's free, okay.
It's free. It's absolutely
Just so
free. It's
people know.
it's family friendly. It's free. It's at the Wilson Middle School track,
Which is on Huntington Avenue.
which is on Huntington Avenue in Middletown. And they can come in at noontime. I suggest they wait a little bit afternoon because that's when the teams are setting up,
Yeah.
and they're not going to really see the full effect of the relay as far as the campsites and the fundraisers, because they have to have time to set up. Before that, we're out there on the track, but we're the ones that are setting up for the actual relay. We start doing that about 7 o'clock in the mornings. But anywhere after, 2:30, 3 o'clock, it's good. And
Sure.
that's the bulk of it. Up until like 10 o'clock is really the best times to be there, where you're really
Best
going to
hours.
experience the
Right.
relay.
And they
then
do
we-
have to sign a registration form to register to be there, and that's a necessity
That's
out
for the
of the
liability
American
reasons, or-
Cancer Society.
Yeah.
And it's basically their name, address, and phone number, and an emergency contact.
Sure, well, that makes sense.
And-
And they
walk-ins.
just keep that on file, and then
Right.
it's shredded afterwards.
Okay.
You had a terrific float yesterday.
Oh, did you like that?
Oh, I loved the purple.
Purple's
It was
really-
awesome, but it was a great float. I was hoping you'd win. One or the other.
But the little league-
Yeah, the mayor's had choice, or I was rooting for you because I just thought it was it was a great float, very bright, and perfect timing because your event is coming up.
Oh, yeah,
so.
couldn't have been better.
Yeah, so that was really great yesterday. So
All right, let me plug the number. Hi, I'm Jon Pulino. Sitting on my left is Councilwoman Driska. 860-613-3031. That's 860-613-3031. We are sitting with the Relay for Life people, and please give us a call, and we will be talking about their event the remainder of the hour. And this is a really good cause, people. So they have a website, which Marco's been showing nonstop throughout the broadcast. Please, if you can, give to this great cause, or contribute, or volunteer, or do something. This is fighting cancer is a really good thing to do. So I don't know how to put that.
from another perspective, I can tell you, my husband was the emergency management director
Okay.
for several years,
Yes.
Bruce Driska, and he worked with you on this event. And it was one of his absolute favorite things to be asked to do. It was so inspiring. He used to come, I used to go visit him at night, bring him coffee and what have you, just check things out, because it was so cool at night. I liked it at night to see
All the
the yeah, it was just amazing. All the lit bags, it was just great. But he would say, the months and months of preparation and meetings
Oh,
that
it
went
is.
into it, and people don't realize that.
No.
They come to the event and it's there and they enjoy it.
Sure.
But what goes on, what you've all done behind the scenes, really has to be commended, because to do it this long and to have it this successful and just growing, and it's a real testament to you. It takes a lot to keep these kinds of events going. So
Yeah, it does. We start in September,
exactly.
and we start meeting, and, the committee, anybody can join our committee if they would choose to, and it's certainly open for that. And we meet every month, sometimes a couple, then in the last few months, we lead every other week, and then there's the meetings on the side.
Exactly.
It's not just sitting there in the committee
Subcommittee
meeting.
meetings.
You have
Right.
subcommittee
Oh, yeah.
It's like a mini
meetings, you know.
government in a way.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, without
Yeah.
a doubt,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they sit there and they do it. And every year we have to pick out a theme and, or at least give the team captains a theme meeting, so they can go through. And this year our theme is Relay Travels Around the World. And
like that.
so they were given the option to choose a place. It didn't have to be any particular
Country.
place.
Yeah,
kind
sure.
of
Oh,
place,
that's
an
great.
individual
That's
place,
very
a
unique.
town, a state,
Sure.
a country.
That's excellent.
And then we got a little bit off course because one of the teams came and asked me if they could do the future. And I said, okay, I imagine relays around the future.
It's a place,
But it's a
right?
place.
It's a place.
That would be
And then I had to
Place-
laugh one meeting because they sat there and one of the teams came to me and they wanted to do prehistoric. And I said,
That's a
come on,
plus.
guys, this is really a little off, you know?
Stretching this.
And
But-
we're stretching this. And then I looked at him, I said, you know what, go ahead, tie it in.
Yeah,
tie
it in.
As an
Tie
English
it
teacher,
in.
time is a place, which is an adverb, so.
Yeah.
Well, that's.
So I don't know what they're going to do, but we're
think-
going to have prehistoric.
That's so cool that they think out of the box that way, though, and
Yeah.
they're trying to get creative.
I think so too. I think
Yeah,
you're
you know,
absolutely
it's
correct.
awesome.
And I
Sandra's
didn't
right.
have the heart to say no.
No, and that's,
I mean,
that's,
like,
I
yeah.
think
know
it's
what?
great that you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing it for a good cause. It's interesting to see what they come
Oh, yeah.
up with. I think
Exactly.
Sandra's
And
absolutely
28
correct.
different ideas. That's
Right,
the other thing, 'cause
right.
there's
They're
28
participating.
teams.
You know,
And you know what?
our kids could be doing so many other things. And
Right.
thank
Yeah.
God they're participating in
It's-
these kinds of events and
Oh, yeah.
taking an
And
interest.
now I'm absolutely curious now about this future. So I want to go. I went last year, but now I want to go double.
Just to see.
Yeah, I want to see.
Yeah, like, what
Because
are they doing?
What you just
Yeah.
said, you know, you may think it's a little off base, but you know what? It gets people thinking.
Yeah.
It does, it does.
So, well, I just wanted to change gears a little bit. And Patty,
Yes.
what's your passion for this? Why do you do it?
My passion is because too many family members have had cancer.
Right.
I have some survivors.
Okay.
But I have some family members who we've lost to cancer.
Sure.
And I would like to see a cure happen so that my kids and my grandkids never have to hear the
Right.
word, you have
It's
cancer.
very noble.
And it's maybe not for me, but for them.
So you're looking at the future.
So I look ahead, you know,
Right.
hoping. And the only way to find a cure is with research
Sure.
and money.
And money, right.
And that's how research happens.
Absolutely.
And that's the way a cure will be found.
And Diane, same question.
Well, in 1985, my daughter was diagnosed with cancer, and we lost her in '87. And at that point, everybody was wonderful to us and her, but there was nobody there. I didn't know anybody else that was going through that. No family members, and thank God I didn't know anybody else that had cancer. But you didn't have the support system out there. And so, you know, I went along my merry way with my husband and I, and eventually, you know, you adjust to life. And then, you know, 20 some odd years later, whatever, my stepdaughter was diagnosed, and we lost her and she was diagnosed in 2003. And in April. So then she wanted to do is go to a survivor social, and so her mother and I both went. And it was a very nice event. And then like 2 weeks later, she wants to go to this relay, and I was like, oh God, I really don't want to go to relay. You know, I don't even know what it is. I never heard of it. You know, so I go. And again, her mother and I both went with her. And I walked in there, and there was a huge difference because people didn't say that word back then.
Yeah,
you know, they
the C
didn't
word,
say they
right?
didn't say
Yeah.
the C word. They didn't say cancer. You know, they were good to you. They did a lot for you. They were very supportive in their
Right.
own way, but they didn't talk about it. It was like this big
Sure.
Yeah.
thing, you know. And with Susie, I walked in there, and it was like, oh my God, there's people like me. There's survivors here. There's people that like her that were sick, actively getting chemo, and there's people who have lost them. There's
Sure.
caretakers. There was all kinds of people, and so she wanted to have a committee, have a team, and she was really too ill. She went to a couple meetings, so and I ended up on the committee at that point. And during that time frame, so we lost her in 2006, and then 6 months after she passed away, my dad got diagnosed with lung cancer. He lasted 6 months, and 6 weeks after he passed, my sister was diagnosed, and she survived a year thereabouts. And then 10 months after that, my niece was diagnosed with a lymphoma, and she's doing fine today. But that's why I relay. And
Wow.
every one of our committee members have a story. And whether it's, you know, and they're all different. And so many of our committee members are survivors themselves or have been caretakers. And I think every one of them are. I mean, they're either or. They've been touched by the
Right.
cancer. And they work hard.
Yeah, I hear your
And
story,
s-
and I think it seems so senseless, right? To lose these young
Young people.
people, you know, whether they're children or young women or what have you. And you would think that with all our technology and all our research,
Sure.
that there could be a cure, and yet we're still fighting for one.
They're
So
still fighting for it.
it's amazing.
Right, and that's why I do it. Is it sometimes is it that you say, oh goodness, am I going to I have to go to a meeting tonight? Oh, absolutely. But somehow I went from registration, which I sat at the registration desk for 11 years. The first year they threw me at a little card table, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And now it's grown, so we have a group of people that are doing it. And so in actuality, I've never been on a team.
Right.
I've always been on the committee and the
Yep.
registration
On the
part of
management
it.
style,
Yeah,
section.
and so they had to fight through me to get into the, into the relay. You don't even have to fill out these forms, and no, you can't leave, when you're a minor, because the minors can't leave.
That's it.
We don't let them out.
Yep.
Well, I was going to tell you my story. I didn't want to tell you off the air,
Okay.
But my dad, it's funny. My dad lost his wife in 2001 to cancer, and it was very tough for him, like it would be for anybody. But then he started going to the Relay for Life in Meriden, and I wasn't teaching in Meriden at the time. He was, but he was very secret about it. He wouldn't tell you what it was. Dad, you want us to go? Can we help? And then now, he knows all about it. He goes every year. He goes for hours upon hours, and he walks. He does the bags.
Oh, does
That's
he?
what I knew what you were talking about. And he's very into Relay for Life, and he gives a lot of money to cancer research and so forth. So you're right. It is a very personal thing for some people, for a lot of people, and so forth. But it's tough,
Right.
Do you
And
have
a lot of
anything
our
else?
committee members have had, actively been getting, not a lot, but a couple of them have actively been getting treatment while they were on the committee.
Right.
Committee this year.
Wow.
The
So-
good thing that has happened, though, in Diane's story, what happened 20 years ago, and what happened 10 years
Yes.
ago, and what happens now is so different because the moment you're diagnosed, you are a survivor now.
Okay.
The resources that are available to you right when you're at your oncologist, you get paperwork that gives you the 1-800 number to reach
Right,
the
which is
American
new.
Cancer
Very different.
It's a
Society.
newer process,
So
right?
that if you need a ride to go to treatment, if you need some support, if your family needs counseling, if you need additional services that your insurance doesn't pay for, there's so many things that are available now to people that weren't available 20 years ago. And that's improving, and those dollars that we're raising
Sure.
are putting these things in place for our patients and for our caregivers and our families, which is good. And that's an important thing to know, that what happened 20 years ago and 10 years ago and now is so different,
So there's progress, obviously.
obviously.
Right.
There's
That's
been a lot
really
of
good to hear
progress.
that. Yeah. Wow. I have a question about the laps. I want to go back to the relay theme laps. So when a person goes to the event, what exactly is a lap and what exactly is a theme lap? Let's make believe the person out there, they don't know. That's always my thing on my show. Make believe that the person doesn't know.
Well, our relay is actually set at the track, so we walk. A lap is going around the track
Right.
one time. That's what it is. And to make it fun, they have different types of laps, and
Sure.
they're not like we have the Caribbean lap, the Hawaiian lap, a crazy hat lap. Actually, I have a crazy hat in my car right now that I got over the weekend. That's going to be the one I use. A banner lap, and that's where the teams have their little contests about the fanciest banner going along with their theme for their particular campsite. We have the healthy snack lap. Don't ask me. And I don't know what you're supposed to be doing with that one, going around eating the
Eating
apple
a
or
healthy
something. I don't know.
You never know.
I don't know. And
You're eating
then-
croutons or something.
yeah.
Protein
We are.
bars.
It's not a lamp, but it's
Oh, this-
listed in here as the Mr. and
We can
Mrs.
see pictures as you're talking.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the torch
That's part
lap.
of the torch lap.
Oh, that's
And that's the
awesome.
one that goes around, you buy the torch, and you buy it in honor of different individuals, and they're either in honor of or in memory of. I happen to do the 5 people I mentioned before, and I do the torch. And that's
Wow.
probably the only part of the relay that I actually participate in the past, is I make sure every year I get a torch. And but it's very nice, and then after that they follow with and of course the track is all lit up with the luminaria lining it, and it's just it's very emotional, and they'll sit there and they'll have the silent lap right afterwards. So that's what the lap is going around the track one time, and again, that is to honor or the memory or the survival.
What happens is each team makes a commitment to have one person on the lap at all times. So a team of 20 people, they will set up, I'm going to do 2 hours, I'm going to do 3 hours. There's some kids that just go continually and, walk around the track. As the evening comes on and it gets darker, the luminaria bags are put up. And that's very nice to see because each of those bags represents a real person, whether they are living with as a survivor, whether they are in treatment at the moment, whether they have gone. And each bag represents a person. So when you walk around the track, you see these bags, and these are real people. And a lot of the teams purchase the bags for their mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, grandparents. And the kids will actually go around and try to find their bag and take a picture of the bag because it's very special to them. Some of the teams, one of our team fundraisers that we had the bags, and the kids could purchase the bag and decorate the bag for their grandma or their aunt or whoever. So these are a few of the bags that were decorated at one of our fundraisers. So again, these are real people, and their kids or their grandkids decorated the bags for them.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and the bags are very original up here. People can personalize the bags, and they have the Relay for Life American Cancer Society seal on them. And once again, they're very personal. So you can write, or a person can write something very personal to their loved one.
They do, they write messages.
Right.
Some people write
And
messages.
some people coming in just to come to the event can fill out their paperwork and come in and purchase a bag and write
Sure.
on it and put it on the
Right.
track. There's fundraisers at each of the campsites, so somebody may be selling beads or
Yeah.
necklaces, somebody may be cooking, something special. They have raffles. Each
Face
team does very, very
It all goes to
different
the
and
event.
unique things.
Right.
And every dollar gets
Right.
calculated and added
Right.
into the
And
grand
you're-
total.
And you're a nonprofit. You're a 501c3.
That is
so,
correct.
yeah. All right. Let me just plug the show. I'm Jon Pulino, and the number is 860-613-3031. That's 860-613-3031. You know what? Give us a call, but we're going to take a break. So we're going to take a 4-minute break. We're going to show a PSA, and then we're going to come back with these 3 wonderful guests. So we'll be right back.
Hey. Doing good, Jai.
I love the
You're doing good.
t-shirts.
I am.
Bruce has brought me a t-shirt from
Absolutely
every
great.
year. I have a whole
fun.
Whether it's
collection.
a production for little kids or for the teenagers, it's always high quality work.
The experience that I'm probably most proud of is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I had a great cast, and the set was amazing.
I find Oddfellows a great family experience.
Oddfellows Playhouse.
Promoting the growth of
Young people through the performing arts.
"37 years ago, Oddfellows Playhouse was started by 4 Wesleyan students as a community theater program for young people. Since that time, Oddfellows has grown into Connecticut's largest youth theater, serving over 31 towns throughout central and southern Connecticut. Nearly 2,000 young people a year come through the doors of Oddfellows, where they make friends, learn about their community, and learn about themselves.
It gives them confidence to be leaders. It gives them confidence to work with other people. It offers a whole experience where they grow as people.
At Oddfellows, we run programming year-round for students as young as age 3 all the way up till age 20 in the performing arts. Oddfellows offers a technical theater program for middle school and high school students.
The great thing about theater is it's one of the last places in modern society where everyone's dependent on one another, getting everyone to collaborate together, from backstage crew to the kids who are actually doing the performances. Everyone's a key part of the program.
The teen repertory program is for our high school students. The Summer Shakespeare Academy is a 4-week intensive for high school students where they're immersed in the world of Shakespeare.
You get legitimate training. You learn how to say things eloquently, and you just have a great time, and you meet so many different types of people.
What she just said clears up what what happened after his story, right? So you have to.
In stage combat class, I learned how to fall correctly, making it look like I'm actually pushed, but it's all in my control. Like throwing punches and making sure that the people who are being punched are the ones in control. David, our instructor, is really fun and really great, and he is really good at teaching us because when he first taught us the things, it was sort of a just watch me and then you do, and then slowly we just became more and more comfortable with it, and he would add more things, and so it was very easy to pick up on.
Good.
Nice.
That looks really good. So just make sure you don't flex the foot. You keep the toe pointed, and you're sending that energy up. And you can go up with quite a bit. Okay.
The Junior Repertory Program is for middle school students in grades 6 through 8. Troops and Arts Explorers is an after-school multi-arts program for at-risk youth. Little Fellows is our newest program. It's for students aged 4 through 7. It's a 2-week multi-arts program involving dance, storytelling, movement, acting, and visual arts.
I really like doing drawing and crafts. We write stories and then draw pictures about them.
And we're just trying to give them fun things to take home so that they can really feel accomplished.
Our first ACT program is offered on Saturdays for preschool and kindergarten students. Our Stage 1 program is for grades 1 through 3. Students begin with Complete Actor 1, where they learn the basics of acting, and then their next program is a mini production. Our Stage 2 programs are for grades 4 through 5. Students begin with Complete Actor 2, and then their next class is a mini production. The Children's Circus is a 5-week half-day program where students are exposed to circus skills, including clowning, juggling, stilting, unicycling, and acrobatics. It culminates in an outdoor circus show for an audience of over 1,500 people. If you want to know more about our classes and programs and see how they fit with your schedule, check out our website at oddfellows.org.
Oddfellows Playhouse.
When you come here, it's like a world of fun.
They learn so quickly because the teachers are just really good at bringing out their strengths.
It's been a wonderful experience for all of us.
I thought it would be a wonderful opportunity where he could meet other children and be creative at the same time.
Oddfellows offers a variety of programs for children ages 4 to 20.
Oddfellows Playhouse.
Promoting the growth
of young people
through the performing arts.
All right, we are back. Welcome to The Edge, second half of The Edge on this wonderful Tuesday, April 26th.
May.
May. It's May.
May 26th. Let's not go backwards, please.
I went to a crazy Memorial Day party. Anyways, she was not there. She was. Anyways, what a wonderful show tonight. We have the people from Relay for Life on. Diane Franklin is here, and Patti Nettis.
That's great.
Because it's in my head, I'll say it wrong. They've done a great job the first half hour of the show, so let's see if we can repeat that the second half hour of the show. On my left is Councilwoman Driska, also making a surprise cameo appearance on The Edge. I think her first appearance on the show, I think.
First one here.
16 years, I haven't seen her on this stage. But that will change.
Some things you can't live down.
Anyways, let's talk about survivors. You guys, what do you want to talk about the survivors? There's a program for them?
Yes, well, and obviously our relay is for survivors. We have a survivor supper at 6 o'clock. We have a survivor speaker, and after the survivor speaker, we have the dinner. And it's free. All they have to do is be a survivor. Come in and register at the survivor tent, which is the biggest tent on our tract. And they come in there, they register, they get a T-shirt. They usually get a survivor gift. Okay. It's just just a thoughtful little thing. And then they have their dinner. This year, the survivor chair, Sandy Reed, has come up with a Hawaiian luau because the theme is Relay Travels Around the World. So she's excited about that. And they'll have entertainers. We're going to have David G, the accordion player. Thank you, because I was drawing a blank. And then we're going to have jugglers in there. And we try to get a little bit of entertainment for the survivor tent. And then, of course, they can see the rest of the entertainment that comes around.
We have a phone call. Hi, you're on live TV, caller.
Yes, no.
Hello?
Hi, you're on live TV.
I have a question, please.
Absolutely.
I'm wondering how much of the money we raise for each team actually goes to the breast cancer victims or research?
On that.
Does it say breast cancer?
Hello?
Hold on a second.
It's for,
Do
it's.
you want to
Jen-
borrow the dollar bill again?
Yeah, I could do the.
Shit, we have a visual for that, actually. So hold on, caller.
Okay.
Okay. For every dollar that is raised, 72 cents goes directly to fighting cancer. What that means is it goes into research, prevention, early detection, and patient services. So if you're asking about breast cancer specifically, Relay for Life goes towards all cancers. Then 21 cents goes towards the funds that work towards survivorship and the caregivers and the loved ones who are left. So to answer your question, 72 cents of every dollar would go towards prevention, early detection, and research. So hopefully that answers your question.
Is that okay, caller? Any other questions?
That is great. No, thank you.
You're welcome.
We appreciate the call, caller. Take care.
You too.
So yes, thank you very much. 860-613-3031. That's 860-613-3031. Please give us a call. This is a great event, and if you need more information, we have two wonderful ladies that have a lot of wonderful information in their heads that needs to come out. So,
Absolutely.
and I love the visual. I love the dollar.
That's
actually
really
really good.
helpful
Really
because
good.
a lot of
Really good.
times when you say the number, it's
You don't
easier to see a
visualize
dollar
that.
bill and
Right.
see that 3/4
How
of
much
it
of
is
it?
going to
Absolutely.
something specifically, and that the overhead is under 10%, which is really something they're very proud of.
And that's why we call her publicity page.
No,
Because she
Gotta
comes
have
up
one.
with this stuff.
and I have a small confession, but you figured it out. I try to avoid you guys a little bit before the show. I just feel, because it's not fresh, because I don't want to do the show and then do the show again. That's just my own
Yeah.
personal thing. But here's a question for both of you. You've been involved in Relay for Life for a long time.
Right.
What is the highest amount of money a team has made?
A team. I don't know what the highest amount is. I
It's
wouldn't.
probably about between 9 and 10,
$1,000?
$9 and $10,000.
That-
Is it our high one this year?
Our high one this year is at almost 5,600,
Wow.
I have to
5,800.
put my glasses on.
One of our- one of our
Carlson Crusaders has raised so far $5,820. Dolphin Days is right behind him, and actually, I think she might have caught up with them, but they're still raising.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know. It's a dead heat. Dolphin Days has got $5,235. It's on the records right now, and then the committee is in third place at $5,181.
Is it part of the ceremony? Kind of like I went to Catholic high school, and like whoever sold the most chocolates.
Yes.
We got
There
a
are-
prize or something. Did they get a prize?
There are specific awards, gold, emerald,
Yeah.
bronze,
Okay.
for certain dollar
That's cool.
amounts that are raised,
Really cool.
and they are given a track sign that they're able to display
Right.
from the previous year. So next year, the teams, when they come back, they'll have a sign that will show that they are a certain type of sponsor that have raised that amount of dollars.
So what is the overall total
Yeah,
that
exactly.
you raise?
The highest we've done is 105,000, I believe. That was about 4 years ago.
Wow.
That's amazing.
But we haven't done that high in the
That's
last
a
couple
lot
of
of
years.
money,
though.
guys.
I know it is, and hopefully, I'm hoping to make our goal for 80,000
Nice,
this year. That particular year, they managed to make goal just before we even had our relay. They were actually had hit their goal,
Yeah,
if I remember correctly, and so.
We're given
It'd be nice to do it again. I don't know if we will, but right now we're about 45, I think.
That's
it is.
impressive too.
We're
Yeah,
where we need to
yeah.
be right before relay. What happens is a lot of the teams do individual fundraisers, and we have what we call bank nights where they turn in the money
Sure.
prior to, and each week during the month of May, we have a bank night. But what happens is at relay, there's a significant number of dollars that are turned in that will bring this up to probably $80,000.
Have you ever had an individual that just made, or just earned, or brought in a lot of money by themselves?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you say? What was the amount? What do you think the amount is?
Over the years? Oh, I
Just
wouldn't.
like one person
Like
that
probably
in your
five.
mind.
About 5.
About $5,000 a person. What ends up happening is these dollars are raised locally. These dollars are raised with car washes at our local
right,
businesses.
yes, yes.
These dollars are raised at restaurants who donate 10% of their
Yes.
food to the relay
Right,
team.
sure.
They are raised Jean Days at school.
Yeah.
They are raised kids selling feet at school that are
We've got
displayed.
a team that's making blankets, fleece blankets, you know, so that type of thing.
Great ideas.
Hold that thought. I think we have another call. You're on live TV.
Hi, I have a question.
Sure.
If I'm not on a team, are there any other activities to participate in?
Oh, you don't have to be on a team. You can walk in a day of, you can come in a day of and just walk in for a half hour, an hour, 2 hours, walk in and walk out. You can walk around the track, you can stay
Support
there
a
for the rest of the time. You know, you don't have to be on a team.
You can support a fundraiser at one of the sites. You can listen to the music that's playing. You can go to the concession stand and purchase a hot dog or taco in a bag, which is a big seller. You know, you can come in with $15 and, you know, make a difference and know that those dollars are directly going into
Or you can
the
come in
total.
with no money at all and sit down and watch the activities, which we have tons and tons of entertainment. You know,
kids.
we have a live band coming in backstage. No, not backstage. We have Backstage West coming in as a dance troupe. We have the Zumba. We have
Dance of
Caffrey's Gymnastics coming
Stage
in.
Left.
We have Stage Left coming in. We
High
have
school
Back in the Day is the band I was trying to think of 2 seconds ago. We have a DJ Tyrone from Elite Entertainments.
High school
High
jazz
sc-
band.
yeah.
So you have a lot of the bases covered here.
Yeah, the
There's
Middletown
something,
Jazz
every
Band.
hour there's something going on. And then at midnight, once it quiets down a little bit, there's movies that are shown.
Yeah,
So
I
that the
remember that.
kids have quiet time, and the parents have quiet time too. And
The movies show all night long.
movies-
And then it starts up again in the morning, and it's a little bit different on Sunday. We have Connie doing the Zumba.
Wake you up.
And then Danza Fitness comes in there. She's going to do, actually, she's there on Saturday too. And Cromwell Martial Arts is coming in on Sunday morning, but Tak Wong Kung Fu is coming in on Saturday and giving a demonstration.
so there's a lot of organizing to line up all of these community groups who want to be a part of this and coordinating a schedule so that there's something going on every hour, whether it be a lap, entertainment, music.
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to have the Sweet Adelines walking the track.
Wow.
And they're a very good group. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not. And they're going to come in Saturday afternoon. They didn't want to go on the stage. They wanted to walk around the track and do it. And then what else do we have? I think,
Well, thank you. That was
Yeah, I
very
was gonna say,
helpful.
Did that
I think
answer
we
his
gave him so
question?
much
Did you get
information.
too much
Caller has all the
information?
Caller's like, wow, I got plenty of info there.
Caller, thanks for calling, caller.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is great.
Well, let me ask you this. Obviously, everybody can't call and get the information. Why don't you plug the website and tell
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
because I know they've been showing it, but why don't you talk about the website?
Piece of paper.
Where is it?
It's on the screen too.
I can't see it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, where is it?
WW.
I have to put my glasses on again. Okay, it's www.relayforlife.org/Middletown, Connecticut, and that will take you up into the official.
Sure.
So they could make a
American
donation,
Cancer.
they
Yep.
can see what the teams have raised for funds. And then we also are on Facebook.
Right.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah, I did know that. That's
So
how I
Relay
that's
for
how I
Life
contacted
of
you.
Middletown, Facebook.
That's great.
And
Greater
there's a lot
Middletown.
of pictures, in particular of the parade yesterday, so we posted a lot of pictures about
That
that.
is really the one that you get all the different information on, as
Yes.
far as you can see
Right.
all the little pictures and things that are going on, the fundraisers right there, and a lot of people access that, and certainly can come in and look at it
Sure.
anytime. And
So-
then if they want more information, with the American Cancer Society rep, Julie Kessler, they can call 203-379
It's on the screen, yep.
4881. And
Good job, guys.
they can call or text me, you know?
Sure.
What?
No, I was just.
Go ahead.
I was going to say they can call or text me at
We
860-301.
do have the official shirt that we can
Oh,
show
that
people.
is beautiful.
Show the shirt. Show the
Each
shirt.
year, there's a new shirt, and this is the official shirt for 2015.
Yep.
Relay is 30 years old.
Hold up high, yep. To the camera right there. See?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Relay is 30 years old, so we're celebrating 30 years of Relay. The other thing is, on the back of the shirt is a list of sponsors and people who have helped make Relay possible here in town, as well as the 1-800-227-2345 American Cancer Society number. And each participant gets a shirt
That's raised.
that has raised $100.
That's great.
And these shirts are earned and worn quite proudly.
And what's on the back of those shirts, though, is not all the people who have donated
Right.
to us. We have many, many people
Sure.
that give to us different items and things. So that's not all inclusive at all,
blue
any
is
stretch of the
awesome.
imagination.
And then the blue
Love that.
is the actual team captain shirt this year.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
when you see the little blue shirts around the track, you know that that is a team captain. The committee this year has a green shirt, so those are going to be your, if you need help, come see us. And then the survivors are always in purple. So survivors will have a purple shirt also. So there's significance to the colors, but the participants are always white and the survivors are always purple. The team captain and the committee shirts vary
Sure.
a little bit just to mix it up.
Wow.
You know what, we were talking about the survivors before,
Right.
and there's one other thing that we're going to have this year that we have not had before, is each survivor that goes into and registers at the survivor tent, we have a photographer, H&H Photography, they're out of Newington, and they're going to be taking a picture, one picture for each survivor. And they can do what they want, whether they have a picture with themselves or by themselves or with them and their caretaker. And that's going to be absolutely free for them.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And of course, he can buy any other pictures after that. They're all $10, but, you know.
That's great.
Right. It looks like we have a call, but then it's not blinking, so I won't take the call. Anyways. Oh, now it's blinking. Hi, you're on live TV.
Hi, I was just calling. While you guys were discussing the T-shirts, I was wondering if they're available for sale at the relay for the public.
Not those T-shirts. They have been in the past, but we're not allowed to do that anymore. But we have other relay T-shirts that are going to be available at the Luminaria store. We've had, we'll have tank tops, and we'll have some
Hand-painted tank tops, yeah.
hand-painted ones.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, caller. Wow, a lot of calls tonight.
Yeah, it's great. That's a good cause.
Was a
People
good
are
cause,
interested,
good
you know?
show, good
It's-
guest.
People are interested, and that's important. It's important for us and me doing publicity is to share the
Right.
word and let people know, because a lot of times people don't know about it. And, you know, it's our job to spread the word and let people know that there is something local that can make a difference. And a lot of the money stay here locally, and that's important.
Sure. I like to give credit where credit's due, though. Debbie Klukowski was the one that made this happen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Debbie Klukowski called me, Diane talked to her. So,
Excellent
Debbie, wherever you
suggestion.
are, I
Thank you,
appreciate
Deb.
it.
Traveling home from
Thanks,
vacation.
Deb.
Right. But I'm one of those guys, I'll give credit where credit's due.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, Deb.
A well-deserved vacation.
Yeah.
That's good. We
Can
appreciate
I
it.
ask a question? We talked briefly during the PSA about it, but the fight back ceremony. Could you
Right.
explain to the viewers what that is? Because I think that's really great.
Relay is divided into three components, and celebrate is, we celebrate our survivors, and that's the beginning of Relay. Fight back is after remembering. So we celebrate our survivors, we remember the people we've lost, and we fight back. Fighting back is why we relay. Fighting back is raising funds for the American Cancer Society. Fighting back is reminding our mother to go for her breast exam, reminding our uncle he hasn't had a colonoscopy, reminding our kids to wear sunscreen, reminding somebody, you know, smoking's not good for you. All those things, fighting back,
Sure.
making a difference so that cancer doesn't have to be a part of our lives.
Excellent. I think that's terrific. I love that. I love that part
It's
of
a
it.
nice part of the ceremony.
And that's kind of the part that keeps everybody there, because
Yeah.
they're fighting back in
Sure.
their own individual way.
There's a purpose there.
And that's
I
their
think it's got a
purpose, absolutely.
Yeah, that's great.
Wow, we have about, viewers, we have about 10 minutes left, so we're going to try to get in a lot of questions in those 10 minutes. And my next question is, Describe the most creative team. You know, you talk about teams that walk the track and costumes and such.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. So what you can have different answers.
This year or in the past?
Any year, right.
Any year.
This is good.
This is good.
A comfortable silence on TV.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
We've had superheroes.
Really?
And teams have dressed up like superheroes. We've had teams dress up like the Wizard of Oz and have
Sure.
Dorothy and the Tin Man, and the rest of the team were Munchkins. We've had some people do beautiful Oriental costumes.
There is so many. It's just
You can't
impossible
even-
to even describe them.
yeah.
They, the Target, your team, the Target had, it wasn't your team, it was Kim's, huh?
Kim's.
They had the Target, that was so creative, and so many of them. They had the 50s ones last year with different relay travels through the decades, and some of those were very, very creative. One of the teams, and I think it was Dolphin Days, they had the green car out
They
there.
did, it was the 70s.
And was
cool.
that what the year it was?
Mhm.
Oh, it was great, you know?
The time to see this is during the banner lap, because that is the time where each team walks with the banner, with their team name.
And
what-
totally in costume.
And what their part to the theme is, whether it be 50s, 70s. This year, there's Italy,
Greece,
Greece.
Puerto Rico, Japan, Australia, prehistoric future.
Hey, you never know.
We have a Disney. I think we have
think.
Disney.
A Disney, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, and Greece. Did we say Greece? In
I'm just trying to think.
Grease
of
the
them.
country, not the movie, right?
Grease the
Right.
country.
Greece the country.
And
You
with
never
that
know.
will come individual team creativity with developing costumes and decorating their site and walking with their banner lap with music.
And
And
if-
they go all out. It's
Now, when is
truly
this
a
banner
myth.
lap in terms of the program? I'm looking at this. Do you know
It's
when it falls?
7:30 at night.
I think I'd have to.
I think it's 7:30 at night.
I think it's approximately 7:30. I don't have the program
Just
with
in
me.
case someone would like to just come, because that sounds so interesting.
It's before all the ceremonies.
Before it
It's
gets
after
dark.
and before it gets dark.
Gotcha.
And I think that's
So,
about
yeah,
7:30.
Yep, that's what it would look like
Yeah,
then. Oh,
after
that
the
would be,
dinner,
that's a
before
great.
And that's when they're in their full regalia. You know, they're definitely all decked out. You know, so.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
So you guys get to see all this creativity all the time.
Absolutely.
That's really neat.
What are the age groups? So do these teams have, like, are they all young? Are they older? Do they
All over.
vary?
They're all over. They're varied. You can have one team that has a baby and somebody that's 80 years old or whatever, 90, 100.
Fabulous.
You know, you can have, there's no age group, but then we have a lot of teenagers.
Church
A lot of
teams,
teenagers,
there's
yes.
high school teams.
Yep.
Middletown
School.
High Mercy has a team. Family teams, like our team in particular, it starts at 1 year old and goes up to my dad, 86.
Hold that thought. We have another call. Hi, you're on live TV. Hi, you're on live TV. Maybe not. Caller.
Yeah.
Hi. Do you have a question for the Relay for
Yes.
Life people?
Yes.
Yes.
This relay for life has begun. Do you know if cancer survival rates have improved in part because of it?
Good question.
That's a good question, caller. Hold on the line for an answer.
Do we know that answer?
I don't know that I could answer that correctly without saying that I know that monies have been raised for research and monies have been raised for prevention, so that with that and the knowledge comes less cancer because things are caught sooner, so that the survival rate is higher because they're catching it sooner. So indirectly it does, but I can't say that it directly
To give
affects it.
actual facts and figures and that,
Yeah.
we don't have that.
So do we know, when was the first Relay for Life? Do we know when that was?
Approximately 30 years
30
ago.
years
30
ago.
years ago. So
30
I
years
think we
ago.
know that since 30 years ago,
We're doing
we've
better.
had a much better
Exactly.
survivor rate, in certain cancers specifically.
yes.
So that's great.
But there's some cancers that we know as young
Thank you.
people that
Oh, thank
they
you,
were
caller.
Thank you for
Appreciate
the
it.
call,
Take
we
care.
appreciate it.
That's
that we
good
know
look,
that they
though.
were
Yeah.
death sentences, and
Well,
they're not
that's-
today.
I think prostate cancer would be one of them, right?
Yeah.
Prostate
And lung cancer. There's
yeah.
survivors
Lung
of lung
cancer,
cancer.
I mean, people.
Leukemia.
Yeah.
You know, I was in 7th grade, and I had a cousin who was a few years older than me with leukemia, and spent several summers with her, and then she passed.
Wow.
And today, I can tell you she would have survived because of the strides
Yeah.
they've made. So it just that's my own personal experience with that specific kind of cancer. My dad had sweat gland cancer, and he was the 13th or 14th case in the country when we went to Sloan Kettering. So there's an example of something that's sort of new and different, and they don't know how to treat it, and so that it's awareness. It's just awareness.
And it's
just
like the cervical cancers that some of them, now they've created that vaccine that they give to children now
Yes,
so that they don't
exactly.
get that, you know, so.
So important. To me, the most important thing of all of this, which is all amazing,
Prevention.
is
It
prevention,
is
the
prevention.
awareness to prevent.
A lot of insurance
Exactly.
companies are doing
Yeah.
wellness things. Like where I
Exactly.
work, they take your
Yes.
blood, and it's wellness, and they test for everything.
Yes.
And they actually give
Yes.
you money to do it.
Well, I don't want to plug a specific thing, but Aflac, that is their cause. If you
I
have
have
Aflac,
Aflac, actually.
they actually pay you
Yeah.
to go have
I-
preventative testing.
I'm an
Because
Aflac.
they want to prevent these things.
I have Aflac insurance.
Right, and it's great. I think it's great.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. That's why
Yeah.
I have 3 policies. Why am I telling people that? Anyways, guys, we have to wrap it up. So Sandra and I do not have the floor because
you need
you're
to-
the important
you need to
people. So
close it up.
why don't you close it up and say what you need to say to that camera over there? The credits will roll, and we'll.
I think what we want to do is invite people to come this coming Saturday to Woodrow Wilson Track in Middletown from 3 o'clock on, and know that every hour that they're there, there's something going on. And we would love to have you because we could tell you all about it, but what it is being a part of it and feeling the love
Sure.
and the support and the fact that survivors and caregivers and kids and moms and dads and grandparents are all there for the same reason.
Sure.
And it's a fun, happy place to be.
And it's not morbid at all, it's just a very fun event. And come, it's free, come and join us. We'd love to have you.
We'd love to have everybody.
All right. Thank you for coming on the show. Let me
welcome.
say my goodbyes. This show will air next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. So if anybody tuned in now, they want to see the whole show, it'll air at 9 o'clock. I'd like to thank the following people. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Sandra, for coming. Diane, Marco, Tyler, Gary, Debbie Klikowski. It's kind of your show tonight.
Thank you, Deb.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Deb.
she
You
just
weren't
wasn't
here.
here to do it.
Mr. Adams, you're inside there. Once again, my name is Jon Pulino. This is The Edge. We'll have a new show the 4th Tuesday of the month. Billy Wilson will be back. He does his show the first Friday of the month.
Yeah.
He's called the Variety Hour. Marco's telling me to stretch. Thank you, Marco. I'm stretching the show as much as I can. That's what I was doing. So we got 3 minutes. So let me ask you a question. Totally off topic, though.
Okay.
Who do you think your role model is? I guess it's not for doing this, but in life. You know.
I'm glad he asked you that.
He did.
Oh, you're next.
Oh, thanks.
Gives you time
Sandra,
to think.
I'm going to spend an hour with her
My role
later.
model would be, I would have to say my parents.
Okay.
Because
Sure.
they taught me the value of family.
Mhm.
They taught me the value of love. They taught me the value of giving back and doing for others.
Right.
Because what you give, you always get 10 times back.
And I'm glad you said that, not a movie star. Because sometimes, somebody says, Reggie Jackson. Never met. Diane, same question.
Basically, it's going to be almost the same answer as the respect is that my mother might not have done an event like this, but she was very, very active in the community.
Sure.
And her thing was 4-H, and she did a lot with that. She was, the teacher and the club leader, and she did a lot. And she got recognized and volunteered at the school. It was a Head Start and stuff they had back
So
years
she was
ago.
involved.
She
Yeah,
was
that's her
very
role model to you.
involved,
She
yes.
was doing things, not
Yes.
the same things. But,
No.
but that's how it is.
Yeah, and I think I learned from her.
Yeah.
And what about your role model? And that's it?
No question, my mom,
Wow.
because she was a caretaker for
Okay.
so many people. My
Sure.
dad, my elderly aunts.
Right.
And I watched her, and continue
You're
to
kind
watch
of like
her
that,
do
right?
that.
I don't know you that well, but I would guess you are.
Yes, but I think that happens. You sort of emulate them, but no question.
Sure.
The strength and the energy she's had is amazing, and I wish I could have a tenth of it at her age.
Wow, absolutely. And the credits are rolling, so everybody in the credits, I appreciate the show. I thought we had a great show.
Thank you.
Callers, I
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
That was
Thank you.
excellent.
Thank you for coming on the show.
We really
Yeah, it was
appreciate
terrific.
letting
We'll have you on
us-
again, you know.
Yeah, the
So-
information was
Thank
great.
you.
Nice job, ladies.
See you on Relay for Life,
Great job.
guys, May 30th.
Thank you.